football world. This is NV. DJ BARZ, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? How's everyone
I'm
doing today?
good. And hopefully you're all doing well. Welcome back to our football show.
Good to be
And
back.
as you can see below, little hint, we are doing Villareal against Real Madrid. The match recap and analysis. This final score ended up being tied. 1-1. Very intriguing game to watch. A lot of chances
Very
both
close.
ways.
Yeah.
Open game. DJ, what do you got to say?
Yeah, so the first thing that I'd say that I'm not surprised. I think Villarreal definitely deserved points. I think both teams.
Mm,
I don't know if you watch a game with being sports, but they said that both fans can say that their team played a little better than the other. So, I'm not gonna say, oh, the refs this or that. No, like they played very well. The last 15 minutes of the game, they trashed us, completely trashed us.
yeah.
I think I don't know about Villarreal, but I know for us, for Real Madrid, we were very much affected by the international break, having both Ramos and Varane injured during
Varane.
their games. And before the Inter game, also that's very big. We have
Yeah.
Carvajal coming back from an injury, Hazard coming back from COVID, Militao and Casemiro not playing because of COVID, Odegaard coming back from injury. So it was a very strange. Oh, and Benzema also injured. Jovic, COVID-19. So it was a strange game. We didn't know
Hmm.
what to expect in terms of the lineup. If you ask me, I think it was a big mistake playing Vasquez as the right winger because
Hmm.
he's very good until he gets to the last quarter of the field. Until he gets to
Yeah.
like the 16 of your opponent, and that's where he starts being a little
His
iffy.
final ball, his final delivery is
He's very good as a right back. I'll tell you that. Like I'm surprised, but he's been doing well. And I don't know if you watch a game, but whoever did, you can see
I
he
did.
had two clear opportunities that he completely messed up. I'm not saying that we lost because of the specific player, but it just worked out that I wish we had someone who can finish the ball um, during these opportunities. I think both teams played an open game. It was very enjoyable to watch. It was very close, very tight. Um, yeah, I think we as Real Madrid, we didn't have too many opportunities actually. The first one came from Mariano, who scored the goal. I think his first
Right.
like 5 minutes playing this season. He's always done amazing for us, and I hope he gets his minutes now. And I was shocked that we didn't do more than we did. And I don't know, it's what I don't. I think it was like the 60th or 70 something minute when Zidane made the subs, and Isco came in,
Yeah.
and again I said this in a previous episode. When Isco and Modric
Modric.
play in the midfield, it just never works out. And we were one up until that moment, and
Yep. I was literally that was one thing in my notes. I was saying Mata, DJ Bars always says when
yeah.
Isco and Madrid play at the same time, you're too many gaps, you're not strong enough.
I
And
just don't understand because you pointed out in one of the episodes that back in a few years ago when we played, see that purple jersey when we played Juventus in the Champions League final, we had Isco and Modric play. So what happened then? Um, I don't know. I think Isco just lost his. He doesn't look in shape. He doesn't run. He slows up the build up. When we try to play on the counter attack and he gets the ball, you
yeah.
think, oh, he's creative, he can make the pass, but he just slows everything down. By the time he makes the right pass, or any pass for that sake, all the defenders are already behind us. So
And my follow up to that was, Vinicius and Isco, they came on at the same time. You had Chikwueze, Jeremy, and one more player come on for Villarreal. And it was a starking change because up until that point, Real Madrid had the upper hand clearly. But the game started opening up and
so
Villarreal created opportunities left and
yeah,
right.
yeah, and to that note, Chakwueze is such a pacey player,
Mm-hmm.
and you have Carvajal who just came back from an injury, right? And you have
Yeah.
same side, you have Vasquez who is not only tired but he's having a tough time. So I expected Rodrigo to come in for Vasquez just because of the
Mm,
pace, to help
mm,
help on the
yeah.
defensive side, or even Asensio who has been helping the defensive side lately, but no, we kept Vasquez on, and I mean, I get why he switched
Yeah.
Mariano off because that was his first game in the season. So I understand, and that's also why Odegaard came off because it was his first game back from
Mm-hmm.
injury. So I do understand, but I think the tiredness and the lack of fitness just destroyed us during these last 15 minutes, where a player like Shakwezi comes in with his pace and energy, and he just
Yeah,
doesn't stop. And you saw it on the second on their goal,
yeah,
not on
yeah.
their goal, the way they got the goal.
On the build
Those,
up, on the build up.
those three, yeah, the build-ups and the through, like everything, like the pace, the pace on that right side of Real Madrid killed their game.
They
And
were just playing the ball in between the right
yeah,
center
yeah,
back and between
yeah, yeah,
the
exactly.
right center.
Yeah, yeah, and
Exactly.
a little bit. Someone who was a little pacier could have kept up. Maybe I don't know. It's obviously all speculations,
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
again,
I,
the break affected us tremendously, and
yeah,
I'm
it was completely two
surprised
different
we
teams.
got a point. I don't want to say
Yeah.
I'm impressed, but we got a point. I can't be upset. We didn't have almost half of
Yeah.
it, so
That was going to be my next thing. When you look at it at the end, you have one team that looks tired, injured, COVID. The other
yeah,
teams is flying, look rested, playing well. So to get a tie out of it when you're playing away, which
yeah,
in a stadium that you haven't had much success in recent years, I
right.
think that was a good result coming off of like
Again, I wouldn't call it good, because when you're Real Madrid, every tie you get is just like a loss. It doesn't feel
yeah.
better. But
I could see
um,
that, but I could also see Gerard Moreno. He had, I think,
yeah,
two opportunities, and Jeremy also had one
we
where
got
you'd
very
say,
lucky. We got
yeah,
very lucky, and even the penalty
mhm,
kick. Courtois almost had it. It
yeah.
was this close. So I mean, I'm
And you
not.
know what? I'd also give you this: Carvajal in the first half, he got the ball over the top from Cruz. Beautiful ball.
Yeah,
He took a bad
yeah,
first
amazing,
touch and
amazing.
couldn't get a shot on goal.
Yeah,
But
but as I was saying, all these external factors that affect your game, like COVID,
yeah,
like the international break, injuries. There's not much you can do. So, I mean, I don't want to say we should have won because they played well. So I can't
mhm,
say that, but we didn't
right,
lose, which is good. Getting a point, Villareal away with all the injuries at this time of the season, it's so important. Because like we said in previous episodes, Zidane's teams usually kick up the notch toward like after Christmas.
right,
So getting these crucial points at these games where you're away, when it's a cold night at Stoke, when you're injury and COVID and whatever else can happen, it's super important. In the long run, it's super important. It's the tables is so open at the moment, so it's not. It doesn't. Of course, I would like to have 3 points, but getting a point is a big deal.
it
So
is
I'm not. I'm not.
it is a big deal, and it is very open. I would like to point this one out. Zidane, since he's been a Real Madrid coach, this has been the worst start to the season. It's the longest time that they have gone through while being 500 and under for wins for the win ratio. So it looks not the great. It looks at like a transition year,
Yeah,
if you'd call
and
it
it
anything.
is, and I've said this all the time. Which our big purchases are going to come this summer, so or at least one. So it's all transition. When you had a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, and you build an entire team around one player, and as soon as the player is out, there's a big gap, and it's not as easy to fill. And I'm sure Barcelona will go through the same thing with Messi. I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
And to that point, we have a player like Hazard, which you want him to take the role of Ronaldo, but I've noticed that ever since he came back, he plays a different game. Back in Chelsea, he used to really attack defenders, like sort of like what Vinicius does. And now he plays like a midfielder almost. Like he's looking for the
yeah,
passes. He's looking to set up the goals. He's not looking to make the runs anymore. Which
yeah,
I'm a little disappointed to see that, because I think he's a player to beat the defenders. A team like Real Madrid cannot count on an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old to beat defenders and create magic in the attacking front. It shouldn't be. Even if you look at Barcelona, you're not counting on Fati to do all these things, right? He's there and he does it, and it's great, but the weight is not on his shoulders. And when you put so much weight on these young players, it could easily break them. So I think, well, I mean, I would love, and I'm sure you would, because you've said your opinion about Vinicius, but we'd all love him to do more. But um, that's huge weight to carry. This is not Real Sociedad. This is not Everton. This is Real Madrid. It's
You're
big.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He does have a lot of weight to carry. They leave a lot
Yeah.
up to his plate. He has a shot at goal every 22 minutes, but doesn't score as much. And
Right.
I point this out. This is where my argument about Vinicius comes in. He is very similar to what you would say a Traore is, right? He gets into a lot of opportunities using his technique and pace, but his decision making and at the final third is just not there yet. He's still growing, still
Right, and
developing.
I think he's made such a big improvement. I don't know if you saw the game, but at some point like towards the end of the game, he had this cross in the middle of
He
the
did.
field, and again, Vasquez couldn't get there, but should he have? Would someone else instead of Vasquez would have been there? Would someone like Rodrigo with his pace gone there?
Where it was that
I don't
close.
know, but it was close, and the idea was there, and the fault wasn't his. He made the right pass, he made the right choice. Back in his first year, he would try to beat defenders all the time. He got criticisms for that, and now he's looking for the passes much more. So now we're saying, why doesn't he beat defenders like last year? So I feel like, and I'm
No, no,
not.
I'm not. I'm not. You're not gonna hear me say that. You're not gonna hear me say
No,
that.
no,
I
not
think. I
you.
think.
No, no, not you. Not you. I'm saying in
Yeah.
general. So I think no matter what he does, he's in the front of the world right now. So.
I was actually about to give him credit on the back of what you're saying, just to piggyback off that.
Mhm.
You could clearly see the positive transition, right? First year, a little too much dribble. Second year, now he's less dribble. He can see the pass. Third year, he'll make the pass accurately. And the fourth year, he'll have the option
Right,
to go for
right.
the
Again,
accurate shot. And then maybe if
100%,
he keeps up the work ethic,
a hundred
and
percent, a hundred percent.
knock on wood, staying healthy. I
Yeah,
never.
no, I hope he doesn't go the Neymar route. With parties and the Instagram and whatnot. But I'm actually criticizing Hazard, if anything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he had his magic moments in the game too, but I wanted to see I want to see him, dribbling and doing all these tricks and going at defenders. I don't want to see him push back and look
He
for a pass.
he had that flick on the bat on the end right side
Yeah,
before he went
yeah,
out. He had a couple
he did.
flicks there. That was nice,
That
but
was
again,
incredible.
like you say, it's too early on in the build up. It's not high enough up the field, and it's just
I
not
mean, I mean, doing that is perfect because he got out of a bad situation. But I want to
right.
see beating defenders.
But you
And
rather him doing that in more advanced
I'd rather
positions.
do it all. I'd rather him do it all game. Do it defense, offense don't matter, but just do it. Don't look for the pass all the time. And to that I say, why doesn't Zidane see what's going on with Hazard, and why doesn't he play him as a false nine type of thing, like Pep did with Messi back in the day? That because if you look at all these older players, like Ronaldo, Messi, they all change positions as they grew older. So maybe it's time, but I don't know. It's a whole other discussion,
So
honestly.
maybe it's time. So maybe this is a question to ask. If you're trying to play both Hazard and Vinicius, who is the player who should change position? Is it Hazard? Is it Vinicius? Should Vinicius be a little more central and start working
No, Vinicius
on
definitely has to
those
stick
kinds
to the
of
left.
runs?
No, Vinicius doesn't change. He doesn't have that versatility yet. He's not that versatile. He's young. He tried to put him on the right side, it didn't work. And I would still think that the combination of these
Let
two
let
would be
but
pretty easy.
let's see what the fans also think. Let's see what our listeners are thinking in terms of that. I think there's a debate between those two. It can go anywhere. And DJ Bars, if you're saying about momentum, leaving this game, what do you think is where's the mindset for a Madrid fan now heading into your next
Well,
matchup?
it's scary. It's scary because we have a must-win game Tuesday.
Okay.
Inter Milan away, Champions League. We don't know what's going on with Ramos. We don't know what's going on with Casemiro. We don't know what's going on with Militao. So, um, if you ask me about the lineup,
Mm-hmm.
definitely Vasquez should not be playing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be starting as the right winger at least. You can start him at the right back if needed, but I think Carvajal is okay to start. So, no way. Either Asensio or Rodrigo on the right. Valverde is also. I forgot to mention him. He's also injured.
Oh my.
So our midfield is getting, small and smaller because it lives into the
Thin.
options of Isco and Modric, which we said they don't work out together. So who plays? So obviously Modric plays, Isco gets dropped. Odegaard looked pretty good. I enjoyed seeing him play.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
again, it's not looking promising, but
It,
we always believe. We always believe in the team. I hope Ramos can make the cut to be fit, but I heard he's working overtime right now. So
well,
we'll see. I don't
we'll
know.
see. This will be a close one because if they don't win this one, it's very, very likely. Sorry, they don't advance out of the group. So,
I think
like
I
you
think
say,
it's actually pretty open, and it really depends on everything. We're not dependent on one game. Obviously, it's a
mm,
must win, but also depending on the Shakhtar versus Mönchengladbach game.
I'm just saying in terms of tiebreakers. If you lose this one to Inter, you split your games against every team. So
Right?
you're losing a bunch of potential tiebreakers.
No,
So
100,
that
100%. It's a must win. Like I said, it's definitely a must win. But we always, as Real Madrid fans, we always believe, and you can ask, Diego Costa. We always believe. He didn't believe, but we believe, and
hey,
hopefully,
we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Zidane
So
has to work his
one
black
one last
magic.
question. What just with one or the other? What is more likely for Real Madrid this season? Champions League or the La Liga title?
Definitely La Liga, 100%.
Definitely La Liga. And there you have it, guys. DJ Bars thinking that it's going to be Real Madrid more likely to go for the campaign, the La Liga campaign rather than Champions
Zidane
League.
said it straight up. He said the Liga is more important than the Champions League, and then he's gone in and won it. So, I don't think. I mean, again, I don't want to say no, but I think the Champions League is gonna come when the purchases come. Is gonna come when the Bernabeu is ready for it. You know, so again,
Okay.
maybe it will come back when COVID is not a thing, and again, it's affecting everyone. It's
Hey,
not an escape,
I
but
don't blame you. It's never a bad thing to go with Zinedine Zidane, right? It's never a
no,
bad thing.
no, I trust him. Whatever he does, I trust him.
Exactly,
I will
guys.
never sack him. I will never even think about it. So I trust the process. Trust the process.
Trust the process. And there you have it. The Envy and Bars football show signing off for today. Stay tuned. We'll be back for more.
Peace.
Peace.